This video is brought to you by MeatYourMaker.com. I'm gonna turn a bacon cheeseburger into a sausage, but not like this. I'm gonna do it the right way. Stick around. So Bradley, when I get back home, I'm gonna try to make sausage that tastes like a bacon cheeseburger.
Ooh.
You think I can do it?
I don't know if he's got it in him. He's just busy making dick jokes the whole day.
So I've got here a prime packer brisket that I picked up from Costco. Actually, this is cheaper than buying a choice flat from Costco. I don't know why they charge so much more for just the flat, but with this, I get the point that I get to save. And I've also got chuck roast that I picked up from Costco. And these two are gonna combine to make the base of our bacon cheeseburger. And my first job is gonna be separating the point muscle from the flat. So I'm gonna start by just taking this fat off so I can see what I'm doing. And we're gonna save all this fat because we need it for our sausage. So you can see here, the point meat is this nice, fatty, well-marbled piece that's over here on the top. And I'm just gonna separate this. I'm gonna cut right along this fat line where the flat is and separate the point. This is all gonna be ground up so I don't have to worry about being neat. All right, so I've got this nice, meaty, really well marbled point that I can do something with. I'm not gonna waste this in sausage. I don't know, maybe make burnt ends. What do you guys think I should make with it? Tell me down in the comments. Now along this edge you see this has been partially cooked. That's actually part of the butchering process. That's not something I wanna put in my sausage. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Now this isn't fat here, this is membrane. We don't want membranes in our sausage, so I'm just gonna get rid of all of this. But all this fat up here is gonna be usable. This knife is so sharp. All right, so I've got one brisket flat that looks pretty gorgeous. Kind of wish I was making this as a brisket or a pastrami, but I'm gonna just cut this into strips and then we're gonna cube it and weigh it out. All right, now I wanna cut these into roughly 1-inch cubes so they go into the grinder easily. All right, so I did a fancy spreadsheet so I could make 5 pounds of sausage, and it says I need 28 ounces or 794 grams of brisket. All right, so this chuck looks really well marbled and not a lot of fat. There's just a little bit of fat that we want to pull out of the inside here. And then we're gonna do the same thing, cubing this up. Look at how well marbled this is. I mean, we're gonna have to think about this fat when we calculate fat content for our sausage. So the spreadsheet says I need about 18.5 ounces, 529 grams to be exact, of this to make a 60-40 mixture. And we'll put this on our tray as well. So I want a 70-30 mixture of fat to meat for my sausage, but you saw how well marbled the sirloin was. We're using prime brisket and we're gonna put bacon in here and there's a lot of fat. So I'm gonna stick to 20% actual fat that I'm adding, and I think that'll get us to our 30% exactly. That's gonna be 331 grams or about 11.5 ounces. All right, so now I'm just gonna spread this all out so it's laying relatively flat. And I'm gonna put this in the freezer for about a half an hour so that these firm up, because we do not want to put this soft meat into a meat grinder. We want it to be relatively firm, not frozen solid. Okay, we got our hamburger done, and while that's in the freezer firming up, let's go ahead and work on our bacon and some of the toppings. So we got bacon here. According to those calculations, we need about 6 ounces of bacon. That was 3 of these extra thick slices of bacon. Of course, it was a little over 3. We just went with 4 because, you know, we're men and nobody died from eating too much bacon other than, you know, communists. So let's get this stove on, heat up that cast iron, and get this bacon in there. All right, so I'm gonna take 1 onion, 1 medium-sized white onion for my 5 pounds of sausage. All right, let's get some mushrooms chopped up. So see how this is lightly browned? It's not all the way cooked, it's not well done. All I wanted to do was get that browning on there so we get that good bacon flavor in our sausage. And that bacon fat is gonna come in really handy. It's gonna turn these mushrooms into manshrooms and these onions into, I don't know, manions? I don't know. Okay, carnivores, now it's time to grind up the meat. This is the 1/2 horsepower meat grinder from Meat Your Maker. So thank you to them for sponsoring the video and providing the grinder, by the way, and the stuffer that you're gonna see in a little bit. And the really cool thing is they offer you guys a 10% discount using that coupon code EMV10. just like some of the other partners that I work with. I'll put a link down in the description and we'll throw it up on the screen right now. And also thanks to Bradley Robinson for turning me on to this great brand and this great company. This is really a beast. It's a commercial workhorse quality grinder. This is the size, it's smaller than the one you saw me use at Bradley's if you watched that video, but this is a size that's perfect for the home cook that's not gonna be doing 50 pounds of sausage. So when we're doing batches like this of 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds, you really don't need that bigger one. All right, carnivores, now we've made all of that meat sausage, and as carnivores, there's something important for you to know. There's a role for vegetables, and you can make vegetable sausage. So I've got some broccoli here. I'm just gonna cut the broccoli up into a size that I can fit it through the grinder. All right, that should be good. Now I'm gonna load it all into the tray up here. Right, so we just feed the broccoli down in here, and it's gonna come out looking just like sausage. Grind your broccoli into the trash can. Be a man. Okay, let's put all of this together and turn it into bacon cheeseburger sausage. Now, I don't have the fancy Meet Your Maker mixer that Bradley has, so how is this gonna work, guys? I'm supposed to put this in after? So let's go ahead and put this mixer together on this handy Eat More Vegans red KitchenAid mixer. I'm just gonna put the mixing attachment on right here, and then we raise the bowl. And I'm just gonna put it on the lowest setting here and let it stir. And I'm gonna put in 25 grams of kosher salt, 4 grams of curing salt, 66 grams of milk powder. This is dried milk powder. This is gonna be our binder, not a binder like we use on ribs. Binder just gonna hold the sausage together. 8 grams of granulated garlic, 8 grams of onion powder, 8 grams of ground black pepper, 165 grams of high temperature cheddar cheese. This is gonna be our cheese in our bacon cheeseburger. 140 grams of water, 25 grams of Worcestershire sauce, and then I'll put our onions and mushrooms in. Notice I left these as nice big chunks. We should be able to see these in the sausage after it's cooked. Now we're gonna let that mix for a couple of minutes. All right, let's see how we're doing here. What I want is to be able to form a patty and have it stick to my hand. Not yet. All right, a couple more minutes. All right, feels like we got it. All right, this is the 5-pound sausage stuffer, also from Meet Your Maker. So it comes with this 5-pound container, and it comes with stuffing tubes that are different sizes. This is the size that we're gonna use today. Really easy to put together. Do I take this off, put the washer in, screw it back together. So let me load up the sausage into our 5-pound container. Well, I was kind of wondering how these guys knew the exact dimensions of what 5 pounds of meat would take up in space, but I think we can say they've got it figured out. We just slide this back on here, and I'm just gonna compress the sausage until it comes out the tube here to the end. All right. Now I have here hog sausage casings. Sausage casings come in lots of different varieties. You can get synthetic, you can get hog, you can get cow, I think. There's lots of varieties. This is the one that Bradley used when he taught me how to make sausage, so this is what I'm gonna use. So I'm just gonna take it and feed it on the end here. And then I'm just gonna squeeze this whole length up. Just gotta keep the meat in there. Just keep it in. And now I'm just gonna tie the end. Little circumcision here. This is really a 2-person job. You can do it with one person with the handle and another person making the sausage, but it's better with 2 people. So I'd like to introduce you to my lovely assistant, Tyler.
All right, let's do it, Al.
All right, some of you have met Tyler. Tyler's a big help here on the show. If you like the content, Tyler gets a lot of the credit. If you think this is a stupid show, it's all Tyler. All right, so Tyler, let's go ahead and go smoothly and slowly, and we're just gonna keep going until we fill up one sausage. There you go.
All right. Righty tighty, lefty loose.
Yes, sir. And here it comes. So I'm using my left hand to control the speed here that the casing's coming off. I'm gonna get about 6 inches or so of sausage. All right, and then I'm gonna twist. All right, let's get the next one going. These look nice and girthy, huh?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, as my boss, if you're allowed to ask me that.
doesn't look like a bacon cheeseburger.
I hope it tastes like one.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Oh, and we had a little blowout on one. Oh, guess I didn't tie a good enough knot, or the rabbi didn't tie a good enough knot. All right, thank you, Tyler. I won't shake your hands for obvious reasons.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
So now I'm gonna put the sausage on a tray. This is gonna go in the refrigerator where it's gonna stay overnight. That's gonna allow that curing salt to work and cure the meat. It's gonna allow the casings to become a little bit tighter and crisper so that we get that crispy bite when it's time to taste. And I'll be back to light the grill and cook these in the morning. Say hello to my little friend. Welcome to tomorrow morning. So as you might notice, this is more than 5 pounds of sausage. Full disclosure, we made those 5 pounds and the crew thought everything looked and smelled so good that we decided to get out more brisket, more chuck, more bacon, more mushrooms, more onions, and make 20 pounds. So we're gonna be smoking 20 pounds today. Now this is gonna be a 2-stage smoke, and we're gonna do it on Boba Fett because he can be set up for both cold and hot smoking. So come here, let me show you what this looks like. So this right here is a vertical chamber. This is the colder smoking chamber. This is the horizontal smoking chamber, the main smoke chamber. You notice this is running at about 250 and this is running at 150. So it's materially cooler, and that's gonna allow me to do a cold smoke right in here on these shelves. And then when we're done cold smoking, I'll be able to move them over and do the hot smoke over here in the main chamber. So let me go get those sausage and start loading them up on here. I'm spreading these out so that there's air all around them, room for the smoke to gather, but I got lots of room in here. Hey guys, we got lots of room. You wanna grind up another 10 pounds?
No!
See you guys in about 3 hours. All right, we're an hour and a half in. I can't wait, I gotta look. You guys wanna see? All right, check this out. Oh boy. Those are looking delicious. So we're about halfway, maybe a little less than halfway through our smoke. They are looking amazing. All right, I'm gonna try not to look again until we're at least 3 hours, maybe more, we'll see. All right, I'll be right back. All right, 3.5 hours and I cannot wait anymore. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. All right. These have the right color on them. So let's get these off of here and get them into an ice bath. We're putting them in the ice bath so that we stop the cooking. We want to avoid any carryover cooking at this point because we're going to cook them on the grill at higher temperatures in a little bit. Now when I did this with Bradley, he put these in the ice bath and then he cranked up his grill to 275 or 300 degrees. We don't have to do that because we've got this Yoder Durango that has both the cold and hot chamber. So I'm already running at 275 or 300 degrees over there. So all we got to do is chill these for a few minutes. Then we'll get them on the horizontal chamber, smoke them for probably 30 or 40 minutes till they reach 165 degrees. And then it'll be time to slice and taste. Look at how juicy this is. Let's get to the tasting. Hey, thanks again to the folks at Meet Your Maker for making this video possible and sending this awesome grinder and stuffer that made this possible. Tyler, you ready to see how we did on bacon cheeseburger sausage?
I'm so excited, Al.
All right, got one for you, got one for me. Hang on. I got one for you guys, this is for you. I'll put it right there, just reach out and grab it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Cheers.
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 It really tastes like hamburger.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I can taste the bacon, but it's not as juicy as Bradley's was, right? It
Yeah,
could have been
his-
juicier.
His was very light.
Maybe a little bit more fat. Maybe I miscalculated when I cut back on the fat to make room for the bacon.
And we can see the cheese, but I didn't quite taste it as much as I thought I would.
That's true. Like, and I guess when I look at it, there's like one little piece of cheese in this sausage, not in there. So maybe twice as much cheese. But then I think that's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Bradley, I think you would be proud of me. I know you said you didn't think I could do it. I think I did it. I think nobody's going to turn this down.
No, it's
not
really
as good
good.
as Bradley's. But I'll keep working.
Yeah, he's a sausage master, Al. You're learning.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
I'm not yet a master.
Yeah.
Right? He's baiting me though. He's a master who's baiting me. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, watch this one next. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And we'll see you next time on Eat More Vegans.